Lionel Messi has already contributed a lot to American football. Thanks to him, the world's interest in MLS has grown significantly, not to mention Inter Miami becoming one of the most popular clubs in social media platforms. Despite that, no matter how paradoxical it may sound, Lionel can also take something good from American football. Hi there, folks! Today we are going to talk about the very talented Benjamin Cremaschi, who has already managed to pleasantly shock Messi and whom Lionel could take out from the USMNT squad. So let's get to know this top prospect who stunned the GOAT himself. Press the like button if you support Messi and Inter Miami, and here we go! Cremaschi is the third youngest player in Inter Miami's short history. He made his MLS debut at the age of 17 years, 11 months and 24 days. As of this moment, he is 18, though Benjamin is already a regular for the Herons. The young central midfielder has started in 15 MLS fixtures this season and has come on as a substitute 6 more times. He scored 1 goal and delivered 4 assists. Out of 7 fixtures in the League's Cup, the lad was involved in 6 of them from the first minutes, slotting a goal and providing an assist. Interestingly, Cremaschi has gained the status of a highly important player in Tata Martino's system, which makes his connection with Lionel Messi and other teammates really impressive. Playing for Inter Miami is a special experience for Cremaschi, since he was born in this city, went through all stages of the club's academy, and gradually made his way to the main roster. The current lineup of Martino's squad can boast of only 2 such cases. In addition to Cremaschi, there is also left-back Noah Allen. As soon as he started shining next to Messi, the question became very urgent. Which country will Benjamin represent at an adult level? He has lived in the US all his life, but he still has Argentinian roots. Therefore, the Inter midfielder has the opportunity to play for both national teams. This month, the team was called up for the first time for the USMNT friendlies against Uzbekistan and Oman. The Herons' talent did not make his debut against White Wolves, but he still has a great chance to play against the other Asian team. By and large, the USA has a great background of attracting footballers who have a chance to play for other national teams. The most recent such example is former Arsenal forward Valérien Balogun, who joined AS Monaco this summer for 45 million euros. Besides the Youngs, he has had the opportunity to play for England and Nigeria, but has already been involved in Greg Berhalter's squad. The USMNT did the same with Yunus Musab, who also had a chance to defend the colors of England and Ghana. Juventus rookie Timothy Weah chose between the USA, France and Liberia. You see, the practice of using juniors for the main team is quite common in international football, so that they don't choose another country instead. Recently, 16-year-old Lamine Yamal was brought into action by Spain in an effort to make him drop the option with Morocco. The same was done earlier on with Nico Williams, who could have chosen Ghana. Italy went for Wilfried Gnonto, Ivory Coast. Ireland went for Evan Ferguson, England. Germany went for Jamal Musiala, England, and etc. But none of the above-mentioned cases had an extremely important factor, the Lionel Messi factor. When you are called to the national team by the best footballer in the history of the game, with whom you play in the same team, it is extremely difficult to refuse the offer. It must be understood that even if Cremaschi comes out on the pitch against Oman, it won't mean that he's joining the Stars and Stripes for 100%. After all, friendlies are not counted by FIFA on the same level as official matches. For example, Brahim Diaz played for Spain in test matches, and now he is very close to becoming a Morocco representative. The same thing could happen with Benjamin, who doesn't rule out the fact that he's in talks with both federations. What's more, he played for the youth US national team, but was called up to the Argentina U20 squad too. Obviously, I'm gonna have to make a decision later. Having Messi can influence a bit, but there is time, Cremaschi notes. Do the world champions need this talented boy from MLS? Obviously, yes. Albiceleste has a noticeable problem with the squad depth in the midfield. There are untouchables such as Enzo Fernandez and Alexis McAllister, but there is no notable alternatives to them. Ezequiel Palacios from Bayer Leverkusen, Rodrigo de Paul, and Facundo Buonanotte, who switched from Rosario Central to Brighton Hove Albion in the summer, has yet to play a single minute in England. Our today's hero could well have been in his place. The USMNT perfectly understands Argentina's intentions, thus they are already working with him. At least, this is what the USA team boss tells us. My conversations with him have been very straightforward. I think he's a very talented player. We are excited about the prospect of bringing him into camp. Be it one way or another, we think Cremaschi needs to make up his mind by mid-November. On November 17th, the USMNT will have its next official match in the CONCACAF Nations League, while Argentina will continue its path in the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. We are sure that's when the lad will officially decide which national team he wants to be a part of. What do you think? Which national team will Benjamin eventually play for? We are betting on Argentina and the Messi factor. Among all MLS players under the age of 21, only 2 are ahead of Cremaschi in terms of number of the National League and Leagues Cup goals. Brian Gutierrez from Chicago, who has 9 accurate shots, Aidan Morris from Columbus with 8 goals, and Benjamin Cremaschi with his 7 goals. Although it's necessary to take into account that the team played the fewest minutes than his competitors. Gutierrez 2.067, Morris 2.014, and Cremaschi 1.620. The 18-year-old Inter Miami performer calls Lionel Messi's most famous bodyguard, Rodrigo de Paul, his role model. They both play in midfield and both do an insane amount of work, but they are still used differently. Cremaschi operates closer to an opponent's box. His ideal position is behind the striker, while de Paul prefers to play deeper. In Inter's 4-3-3 formation, Busquets and Arroyo tend to play closer to the defensive midfield zone, while Cremaschi gets positioned above them. The local pupil is responsible for freeing up space in the midfield for Messi, who shifts there from the right flank, and he does it perfectly thanks to his high game IQ and insane work rate. No wonder why Benjamin is that valuable to Tata Martino's tactics. He is young, resilient, sufficiently mobile and technical, and does a large chunk of work without the ball. Cremaschi's main skill is the ability to settle things out while finding himself in a limited space. He is comfortable playing between the lines in the half space. And in this regard, he is greatly helped by the head coach Tata Martino, who performed exactly the same role during his playing career. Sometimes it seems that the kid doesn't even notice the opposition at all, like in this clip here. The world football community was especially impressed by how the young central midfielder felt the moment to open up and then deliver a perfect one-touch assist on Messi during the game against the New York Red Bulls. Just look at it. Pure class. Cremaschi's high stamina and great physique is explained by the very strange fact that he at some point played rugby as a child, which is a much tougher sport to handle. Another Cremaschi's trump card lies in his versatility. When Inter struggled with an outbreak of injuries at the start of the season, Benjamin managed to play in both sides of the midfield and even tried himself as a right back. The youngster is doing an amazing job at making the right quick decisions. Since Messi's appearance at Miami, Cremaschi has managed to achieve 90% pass accuracy, which is an incredible indicator for a footballer of his position. Besides, he is surprisingly self-confident for his age. Cremaschi landed his winning penalty in the League's Cup round of 16 and was also accurate in a post-match shootout against Cincinnati in the US Open Cup semifinals. Benjamin was among the young prospects the USMNT called up to prepare for the 2022 World Cup. These guys were not considered as potential footballers who could travel to Qatar, but they were called to gain necessary experience. And that's where Benjamin managed to impress Greg Berhalter. He was playing out of position during that camp, as a winger, sometimes as a forward, but he never quit. He never gave up. He kept running. I mean, he was running himself silly. It really showed me what his mindset was like, and I was really impressed with that. And now watching his progress with Inter Miami. He's done a great job And it's not only post-Messi, I think it's even pre-Messi. I think he is a very talented player. Of course, Cremaschi is already on the radar of many European clubs. Benjamin openly talks about his desire to try himself overseas one day, but he has no plans to rush, because playing alongside Messi, Busquets and Alba is totally priceless. Having Tata and those three players, people with a lot of experience, who have been at elite levels. To absorb everything from them is great not just for me, but for every young player at the club. So, as of this moment, let's enjoy the game of this MLS talent and wait for him to become a regular in one of these international teams, USMNT or Argentina. By the way, we are rooting for Argentina, since we want to continue enjoying the Messi-Cremaschi duo. Guys, leave us a like if you wish Cremaschi further success and development. And of course, give us a like if you enjoyed this video. It was Inside Football. We watch football from a different angle. Subscribe and stay with us. Check out the suggested Messi and Inter Miami videos. Have a nice one, and see you in a bit.